Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Thought I had my video out for the day. Thought I might be able to sneak away this afternoon and, hit the golf course. And then all of a sudden, we got big news that nothing had happened on the case of Range versus Attorney General of the United States. And you're sitting there going, well, how is no news big news? Well, that's exactly what it is. No news today is big news. And it's big news for a category of individuals in this country who are subject to the confines of 18 United States Code Section 922 G1, the prohibition on felons possessing firearms. We'll break it all down as best we can, make it easy for you to understand. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about a big day for gun rights and Pam Bondi also. Okay, America, listen, we have talked about this issue many times. We've talked about this case quite a few times. The issue is whether or not felons, especially those that are convicted of non-violent felonies, should ever be allowed to restore their firearm rights. And the case we're talking about is Range versus Attorney General of the United States. Now, to understand the inaction taken by the Department of Justice today, which is actually the good news, we're going to go to this diagram here so you can understand what happened. Now, before we go there, let me get a couple of things out here on the record. Number one, Mr. Range was convicted of, I believe, food stamp fraud like 30-something years ago. Okay, so this is a non-violent felony, and there has never been any allegation against Mr. Range that he was dangerous. Okay, that's important because this set of facts is only going to apply to those circumstances, okay? The second thing we need to understand is that what happened procedurally here is that Mr. Range challenged his conviction, and that challenge to 18 United States Code Section 922 G1 was heard before a full en banc panel of the Third Circuit Court of Appeals back in June of 2023. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals found that there was no historical tradition of disarming people like Mr. Range in perpetuity and therefore found the law unconstitutional. Then Attorney General Merrick Garland and the DOJ crapped its pants and immediately appealed to the United States Supreme Court. In the interim period of time, the United States Supreme Court issued its ruling in United States v. Rahimi. And although I have been very critical of the Rahimi opinion, it was clear to me and anyone else who reads the opinion that they were clearly trying to differentiate those that had been previously deemed dangerous versus those that had been unlawful or irresponsible. And Mr. Range would clearly fall into the latter category. So the United States Supreme Court grants review of this case, but then they vacate the ruling of the Third Circuit and remand it back down with orders to rule consistent with Rahimi. So the case now goes before the Third Circuit Court of Appeals again, Mr. Range having already prevailed pre-Rahimi. Well, post-Rahimi, Mr. Range prevails yet again, this time by a vote of 13-2. So an overwhelming majority of the Third Circuit finds that this law is unconstitutional. Now, at that point, if you're the Department of Justice, you only have one other option left, and that is to yet again seek review by the United States Supreme Court. The deadline for the Department of Justice to have done that was midnight last night, which means that this case, Range versus Attorney General of the United States, in the opinion that we're going to link up down below, which is the full en banc panel part 2 post-Rahimi, is the law of the land in that circuit. And when you take a look at the map of what states comprise the Third Circuit, you will see that, well, there's a couple of states where this may have a rather immediate impact on restoration laws. Now, does this become the law of the entire country? No, it doesn't. No, this is a battle that's still a long way from over. However, if an individual has previously been convicted of some kind of nonviolent felony. And we see this a lot out here in Washington State, people who got drug possession convictions back in the 80s and 90s and things like that. This now provides a very clear avenue where there is going to be a significant autopsy done on the portions of 18 United States Code Section 922 G1 that prohibit the restoration of firearm rights for those that were convicted of non-violent felonies, okay? And this is a significant development. And now I want you to also understand this. It's a significant development in how we should be viewing Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now, again, I've never been a big Bondi cheerleader, but I haven't been throwing shade on Attorney General Pam Bondi like a lot of other people in this sphere. I understood the reservations that many of you had, and you had reasons to have those reservations. I understood when we were all being very critical of Attorney General Bondi, saying, well, she talks a good game, but she's not really doing anything. And yes, we wanted some immediate action. And I had tried to temper those expectations by saying, hey, this is like trying to turn around an aircraft carrier. This is going to take a little while. But now where we stand, if you take a look at what Attorney General Pam Bondi has done, not only in helping assist with the restructuring of the ATF and its new leadership, not only with just cutting loose some of the real problematic individuals in the department, and then what we're beginning to see as it relates to ATF rules and their willingness to perhaps recall those, their willingness to get other input, their willingness to work with 26 attorneys general from around the country to assist them in this effort. There is significant progress that is being made, and this is only the stuff that we see going on in front of our eyes, because we know that there are a lot of other things in motion. Now, does this mean that suddenly we return a verdict of Attorney General Pam Bondi is awesome for the Second Amendment? I'll leave that all to you. But are we moving in the right direction, and has that movement begun to increase in pace? I think objectively speaking so, yes, it has. Okay, so once again, big day for gun rights, big day for the Attorney General. The case, once again, is Range versus Attorney General of the United States. We're going to link up the ruling that matters the most down below so that you guys can all geek out on it for yourself. If you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, cool. Just click on that link right there and tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the ability to do that is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe. So today we want to check out and see how secure StopBox really is. So we're heading over to one of the book clubs to have it tested by one of the most dangerous creatures known to man. That's right. I'm talking about the drunk suburban housewife.
You guys, your name's coming. It's Mom.
Oh, hey, ladies.
Oh, hey!
How's book club going?
Oh yeah, I have a shit ton of swim stuff.
You look like a Lolita.
No.
Lolita.
What is wrong with me?
Call me Steve, Jake. Ew. You look like a Hannah.
Taylor. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
With those lips, you're
100%
Lolita. Spicy.
Yeah.
Cuban. Sorry.
Okay, ladies, got a little challenge for you here.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, here's what I got. I got a $200 spa package to Willow's Lodge.
Ooh la la.
I got 2 days, 2 nights at Suncadia. $100 at Target.
Nice.
And $100 at Wine and More, because I know you can need that. So, any of you get into the box, it's yours. Have fun.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I can get in
Okay,
the box.
Beth. Get it, girl.
Come on,
Get it,
Monroe.
girl. Come on. Get that spa package.
Oh!
Yeah.
Come on. Ooh. Get it. Come on.
You gotta push all the buttons. You do the same thing over.
Come on.
Stop to figure this out.
I just give up. I'm pouring more wine.
Give up?
Yeah. I give up.
All right, well,
You didn't pour me any.
close, but looks like they're all mine. Thank you, ladies.
What?
StopBox. Protect your family while protecting your family.